You know, for me, having had been quite sick, I think it was a privilege in a way on how life can change. You know, one moment you are okay, one moment you are in the gym, running, feeling very fit, you are doing everything. And the next moment you are lying in bed helplessly and feeling like, wala longa anytime. I felt that myself, I mean, I was okay, I was doing everything. I mean, that day I was admitted in hospital. I had even gone out. I came back, went to a restaurant, I had my meal, came home, and I mean, and you remember, I posted even here on social media to say, so I was able to even go on social media, and people were giving me advices, no, do this, do that, do this, whatever. Not knowing that the problem will escalate to almost a point of death. And ended up in a hospital, being operated on. It was just something else. So when you go through that, much as it is, painful, but I think you learn something. You learn to respect that we don't really own our lives. We are okay by the grace of God. And I wish some of you would learn this lesson, would have this sink in. Even if it is politics, you would learn to respect, the life of others or the health of others. I think it is not fair that we should bring the issues of health and into politics and politicize them. No, I don't think this is fair. I don't think it is a good way in doing politics. The problem to quite the social media, everyone who is able to open a phone now only politician. As long as you are able to talk now only a politician. But some of you, I can tell you, you may be coming on social media and talking, but in terms of politics, muchiri abana. Some of you think that you can even compete with some of us. Mwachepa. Mwachepa sana. Mwachepa rekani miebe. No. Patali, kutali tuafuma. For you to reach a certain level, ika level na wapuaka, aka level na wapuapa, kakulu, kutali nafuma. Kutali nafuma, Muzambia, whether you like it or not, I am the biggest opposition. Muzambia, niba nani, ninjeveni kwa niba nani mwe. I'm the biggest opposition. I am the biggest opposition, whether you like it or not, whether utalike. You are ever talking about that? You are ever talking about that? Ngana fintu nishina mutola tayari arande, especially ngana mi supporter. If you think that I've said something that is in your interest, nishina musenda mwamo kusawankanya. Why? Because tayari is a big politician. He is a big politician. But whatever I have did not come overnight. Did not come overnight. Kutalinafuma. Big politician. Ngana imino muntu, ngana imina pachintu. Fia senkana. Nede na wakuno kunse na lishe chalo. But still, ndapushinga mafauzi Muzambia. So you are still learning. It's useless to start making an issue on a health of somebody. Even if somebody is sick, Because if somebody is sick, I know why you send the number, you take it, you mulwele. I want to show what kind of a person are you? Because you're supposed to sympathize with that person. You're supposed to sympathize with that person. Even if that person is not your friend, he is your political adversary, you are supposed to sympathize with that person. You're supposed to pray for that person. No mwalanga hatred. Imbi look, you people, you hate me. Why do you hate me? No, we don't hate you. We don't hate you. And yet, muli busy, mule pepelera, mule tengeresha. Haka inde ichirimana alwala, haka inde ichirimana alwala. Mulefu alwale, mulefu afue. Muli bantu wa msango shani. Ninchi muli bantu wa msango shani. Yalotema politics. That is not how you can turn people to your side. And those who support you in such instances, they are only, they are sadists. They are people with no compassion. Muma politics, ufilo walanga compassion. Ufilo walanga compassion. Na umuntu tawa mutemua. Na kwataka birthday, ufilo wa, happy birthday, Shanasha. Evo ufilo kuva. So, I am attitude musenda kirikiti, showing hatred. It is not the best way to win people on your side. It is not the best way. Even in an instance where you don't like somebody, in politics, you are compassion, being good-hearted attracts people. Attracts people. If you want people, be compassionate. Show that you are a person with a soft heart. Echo wako politician balidira kono kulira pa stage ahadiro omuntu aponya nefiramba. Because compassion wins people to your side. Compassion wins people to your side. Not nalwala alechimona wa lepuka na munzeko. Abale kusapota nishinawo fipu bafinove. We don't own our lives. We don't own our lives. Kutuwalwala anytime. What about him? Because you are kind of each men of you will go. Even me, in the hospital, there were some who were celebrating. Some of them, they have even gone in a national and dipano. Ndege na machungwa. So move very careful. It is very, I just can't believe it. I can't believe it that even people like Wamdala of Red Member can go to talk about because really we're afraid member at his age. But afraid member at his age. No, but anyway, at the end of the day, I mean, throughout that Hakainde Ichirema has been out of Lusaka. He has been posting pictures, meeting people almost on a daily basis. And yet you are portraying an image that this man, Chilufya, alimu ICU. Mwabapishani kanishina ngukupato muntu. Chavashani. Kupato elupato lu. You are wishing muntu alwale. But imwebele nga toa milolesha. Mule moneka fye mandamanda. Na imwebele nga toa milolesha nga toa micheche to kumilolesha. Fye kumwabati ale moneka fye mandamando. Ale moneka fye mandamanda. Tema politics are you. That is not how you would win people to your side. Even if you are campaigning for somebody, you are basically taking away from that person. So mwewa leko shomulelo waka Hakainde Ichirema. Ngenso nchirishani Hakainde Ichirema di Mulusaka. Maiwaka la womba. And he'll be there. Na my elections ya reisa. He will be there. Leso mwinenga musunga. Nilesa tusunga. You cannot be talking about somebody's health. Takwa uta control. Health yako. Takwa uta control. All of us, we only rely on God. So if you have fidia, be compassionate. Actually, let me even take this opportunity, to offer my condolences to my brother Mundubile, who lost, the mother-in-law. I offer my sincere condolences. And of course, the queen of, the Bemba people, the wife of Mwinelu Wemba, Chitimukulu, passed on. I want to offer my condolences. Usually I don't like to post my condolences pa page. I don't, because I feel emotional anyway. I'm a very emotional guy. I'm emotional. So anyway, I offer my condolences, yeah, it's really sad. It's really sad. So let's be compassionate. We are human beings before. Sometimes you think of, you have to be human. You have to be human. And actually, moving on, I also want to congratulate Brian Mundubile, because Tonse seems to be going somewhere. Tonse seems to be going somewhere. They have received their nomination fees. I really know that, I trust that Tonse will not behave like a PF, where you pay a nomination fee, but you don't go for the convention. I hope that Tonse, they will be more coherent. They will be more coherent. They have received the nomination fees. Brand Mundubile has filed in, Dan Pula has filed in, and I like the brotherly language that is coming out from the two candidates, because so far what I've learned is that Brian Mundubile and Dan Pule are the ones that are vying for presidency. So, and the language has been cordial. I think that is very mature. We hope that this will run smoothly. I think with that direction, Tonse seem to be having a future. Tonse seem to be having a future. And people should not be distracted by, with, the PF. But PF, they will not go for convention. I know Given Luvinda said that they will go for convention in February. I doubt they will go for a convention. I doubt they will go for a convention. But the step that Brian Mundubile has taken, is very good. The step that Tonse has taken, I think that is in the right direction. That is in the right direction. We hope they will fulfill this task, which is very important, to choose a president. I think something will be unfolding. And I really wish that this was done much, much earlier. I really wish this was done much, much earlier. Because now, at this point in time, we have some people pulling away. I also read a statement coming from KBF. KBF, Vamdara, I think you are better off being part of that Tonse. I think you are better off being part of that Tonse, So, I wish Tonse all the best. But in terms of it will Tonse, as much as it is fragmented, it will give a little bit of credibility. A little bit of credibility in the opposition. Avena Given Luvinda na Malukula wao, I know Given Luvinda has already given it up. But Given Luvinda has already given it up, paving way for Makebi Zulu. I know Makebi Zulu is going to emerge, president of the remnant PF. But what the challenge is, they would have to be looking for a purpose vehicle. They will be looking for a purpose vehicle because a FDD is in Tonse. So we are likely to see a situation where the Tonse president, Brian Mundubile, I'm expecting that Brian Mundubile is going to win the Tonse presidency. This, I think it's a no-brainer. It is just what it is. I am expecting that Brian Mundubile will emerge president of Tonse, and I'm sure they will use the purpose vehicle FDD. But Avena Manukuloko, I don't know which party they will use as a purpose vehicle. What I can advise you people about Muma structures, PF, I urge you to go with the Mundubile. Go with Mundubile. Mundubile is not forming another political party. Mundubile is not defecting to another political party. Mundubile is going, with the flow. What is currently obtaining. That is what Mundubile is going with. So, mweva lefo progress, mweva ikadiyabati, yo nifuwa PF, go with Mundubile. Ukuku side uku, I know, awambi uku kuli malukula, they will be using Edgar Lungu, no, Edgar Lungu, what, to tell you the truth. To tell you the truth, Edgar Lungu ewa penyane fintu. Edgar Lungu ewa ona opposition, Edgar Lungu ewa ona opposition, I won't even pretend that you're Chawana Shan, Edgar Lungu ewa ona opposition. And then I started talking about this, even before Valungu Tavalafwa. I was agitating to say, please, can Valungu let go of politics? Can Valungu let go of PF and choose a successor? Valungu didn't want. Because he had a plan wanting to install Makebi Zulu. Ili ashida kwa Makebi Zulu, terero ya tampa. Valungu was selfishly, tribally, katushinga kwa liwe chungwa tribally, using tribe, wanted to impose Makebi Zulu. And Tasila as a vice president. Valungu alefua ntwani kane uyu Makebi Zulu president. Vice president Tasila Lungu. There were two other women who wanted to be vice president. But I will not mention their names. But I knew. And in my view, actually, these other two women, especially one particular woman, anyway, Vamumbipiri, for me, Vamumbipiri was coming out as, the best as vice president. And I actually endorsed that because these discussions were there. I actually endorsed Vamumbipiri as vice president. I said, okay, I think it's okay. Vamumbipiri, she's strong and what? She's got experience. I mean, yeah, So I endorsed that. The problem was party president. Party president, that's where the problem. Ine Makebi Zulu nalimu kene. Makebi Zulu nalimu kene miku itatu. Ngafira Petro wa kene nankane miku itatu. Nalimu kene miku itatu. 3 times. First I was approached by one of my friends. He told me, Makebi Zulu. I said, no ways. Makebi Zulu is just too junior. Makebi Zulu is not a politician. Another person came and told me, I said, no ways. No, but Makebi Zulu is your lawyer. I said, no ways. 3rd time, another person came to me and told me about Makebi Zulu. Before Valungu Tavalafwa, I refused. And I told you this. Immediately Valungu Tavalafwa, I told you. And some of you were, but who has he told you? Who told you? So, whatever happened, even Ishinombeya Chirido, whatever Makebi Zulu was doing, it was campaign. PF. Some of you don't seem to understand. Some of you, you even accuse me, no, you PND. You are supporting Haka in the Ichirema because of Kangwe. No, you speak for a stomach, no. I can be stubbornly principled, I can tell you. I can be stubbornly principled. Iyo na le support wa PF na Valungu was there. Kangwe kale moneka le kenimievi. Kangwe kale moneka. Pano nde chula. Pano nde sakanta. Iyo ba PF lipo. Iyo Valungu lipo. Kangwe kale ingira. Using, of course I didn't know. Ukobati, akaka kangwe kale isa. Kale fuma kuli Valungu. Kangwe kale isa through some people here and there. Bali try investigation shani. Eko kangwe kale fuma. And kangwe kale fuma wino sana. Na alepokelera chiramwenshi na alepokelera ka $2,500. $2,500. Na tumbi tunsonsera to apamuru. Uyapita na kutumina ka one pin dollar. Uyapita na tayari ulishani ule bomba wino sana akupela ka 1 pin shani. And so I was okay. Nyedio na le kano kwa if imule fokulete if ya kano kushika Valungu na Afrikana. They told me kangwe tukupela tawakamone twala juba. Because waesta lungu na wakana. So if you insist ukweba tiyo Valungu mufile mwashika kangwe twala putula. Bali putula na kangwe. Nomba shinonshi kungwaya wave. Na pakwa mbone 1 pin dollar mumwenshi. Kukosa. So yadi cover. So when you are talking about it, no, you speak for your stomach. You don't know. I chose to stand on principle. Pamfo ya Valungu. Me not supporting Makebi Zulu, it is out of principle. I refused Makebi Zulu, even Valungu before Valungu Tawalafu. I can't support Makebi Zulu. I can't support that nonsense. And I didn't know that Nachimwene kwati chiwa. Honestly, how can you say Makebi Zulu president, Tasira Lungu vice president? Honestly, how can you do that? Two people coming from the same region. Zambia Kulefi, abantu babiri from the same region. Mwise mubabika tiyo vice and the president. Mwise mune tongtonganya bwino hii. Nalikene sana. Nalikene. So, ilili ashiria kwa malukula tere lo liatampa, kale liatampa. Nomba na wachinja hapa, nomba walefu wa malukula, then vice ba mumbipiri. Bambio walefu wa niba Frida, wanankane, wananya. Ba former religious minister. Former religious minister, wanani bama. Ba Frida, actually, yeah, former Antoine Kanachani Ishina. Basumaili. Ebo walefuwa. Basumaili came up, you know, but it's gravitating kuri ba Antoine Kane ba mumbipiri. But never mumbipiri na limit respect sana. Ba mumbipiri na limit respect. Ba mumbipiri, I can advise you, my sister. Pano pachintu wingi. If mlefuwa ya ama politics ako bati filondoloke, kabiye nina Antoine Kane. Kabiye nikuli mundubile. Uyu Makebi Zulu tapali oko ala mitwala. Makebi Zulu tapali oko ala mitwala ndemieba. Makebi Zulu na oba UPND. Anyway, I'm sure na mwisho formulechita. But in ndemieba Makebi Zulu's political life is going to get stuck very soon. Very soon. Makebi Zulu's political life is going to get stuck. So na bonsa balesa ba ilo kushanshani muye na Makebi Zulu take minine. Makebi Zulu takabebo pa baloti. So na bonsa mwe balea muye okomuye kuli Makebi mule ive pafi Makebi Zulu takaitambe. Ero ba UPND na imo muka chitefia ulokulondoloka. Mule kaleke Makebi Zulu ake minine. Ma politics aya. Mwikachitefu mwachitele kuchawama. Ba UPND. Panti na mwa UPND na mwana mwalikuwa tomu ndemwa. You take on politics kwa nikuchechi. Yes, ni democracy. Yes. Tufile tu ava shani uko. But ama politics, ma politics. Bamu avantu ava. But uyumuse vanyaleta. The embarrassment that Makebi Zulu has brought, we cannot come and roll a red carpet for him. No. Fiabupuba. Ma politics andelanda. Ma politics. No. Makebi Zulu has got the right. If a fish sungu vienu. Fish sungu vienu. He has got the right. No one can stop him from standing. But politics can. Mungu mfuikishachi sungu ichonalanda. He has got a right to contest as president. He is a Zambian. Yes, he's a Zambian. He can stand. No problem. But ama politics na yo. Yali kwa chiro umwela wayako. Umwela wayako. And by you PND, mufile mwa making a show cover. You are the ruling party. Ni mwa karamba ma politics. Mufile mwa konka ma politics, mwa twalo, mwa leto mwela, uli ngile mwa politics. Noti china mpofu, mwa mkulusa chawama. Ele mwa mkulande, yo, chawama is not whatever. Chawama, you needed to win it. Apa so apanomba, ukokuka samoku, poseni kwa mano. You have to make sure mwa winner. Imwe. Ya mama politics te kulekela making sure mwa wina. Uku making sure. Mwalishwa making sure inu. Uku making sure. Ile ndemi yewanga na limu Zambia. Ndete ya bola. Chawama ngatatwalushile. Ile mundu wanive. Ndive sofe ndetea, ndimukati so ndetea. Teti muitambe wino. So some of this nonsense, if you mule chita entertain if, mwamukonka Makebi Zulu mwakunganda, na wakapokola. Palasi mwamusha, what's the point? Nga muleko nko muntu nga mwatuma wakapokola mkonkeni uyu. Don't make him image a victor. Don't make him image a victor. Don't make him embarrass Vakapokola. Vakapokola, tamufino kula baderera yo. Vakapokola, tamufino kula baderera. That's why mrele terama soldier to come in to sort out issues that Vakapokola wafile wachita sort out. But in shefoka na kulanda pama soldier anyway. Shefoka na pama soldier ndefo kulile keria shiju. But the point is that Vakapokola evene vakuchita enforce law and order. Vakapokola evene vakuchita investigate. Vakapokola kwata ama detention facilities. Vakapokola kwata ama detention facilities. Vakapokola konka wantu. Ngawapango mulandu Vakapokola filo konka. It is the police who are supposed to follow people, who are supposed to arrest people and detain people. The moment you start confusing these things, even Vadeki, they are law enforcers. They even investigate. They even arrest. They have got that. It is there in the constitution that they should be able to arrest. They should be able to detain. But na women inga vaikata umuntu batwala ku detention, lawful detention center. Lawful detention center, and lawful detention center is in the hands of the police. Yaba in the hands of the police. So some of these things, and sometimes some of these things they may look okay because you are not involved, but you never know what the future holds. You never know what the future holds. You might find yourself in problems. And you find yourself being detained in a wrong place. Being detained by wrong people. Because you created that problem. You allowed that. That's why for me, I emphasize on the truth. Some of you, mulafiro kunchita understand. But Tayali, you have no position. Look, I am supporting my UPND. But please allow me to say it, if it weke. Because when I do that, it is not just for me. No one is paying me for pointing out a wrong thing. No. Just like no one is paying me. Apandela ndapati waka in the Chile. A lot of you accuse me, hey, whatever. In terms of Kangwe, ndafuluka na banani neva confuse the PF. Ukumia vek in terms of ka help, ndafuluka na ba PF. Muyu PND no akwati, you know, I may even count katushinga tevatatu. Ngatatu. One girl and just two guys. Two guys. Fefine washinguluka shaninga ngaya posa sana wamtumina kokafoniwe nchitako shanchan. Wakutumina kokangwe. The rest of wawambia nothing. Nshira ndana wona kulanda na wona pama phone nothing. So, yeah, you are difficult, and some of you even misunderstood me in my last interaction and na interview na kwete pa Millennium TV. There was a lady that sent me a text message. She said, you are talking as if you are saying no, even if Malukula gives you money, then you can work with Malukula. Please don't misunderstand me. I am real. Ishimiwe pobufi. Miebo kwa wati. I'm a politics. Mfuwa mama politics. To lead mama politics. Mfuwa mama politics. To lead mama politics. It doesn't matter who you are and whatever. To apusana fiama levels. Even Donald Trump. Nenda lama shakwe. He had people that sponsor him. In spite of whatever, my politics, you get people to help you. Those who are agreeing with you, they help you. No, by more like Kimuka, you PNJ for Tamwa Ishiva. You like it. When Tayali is talking about something that you like that. But Tamwa Kwatakaraka Kovat Mutseri realize Kovat, okay, Tayali Ale Karashan. Okay, Tayali Ale Stashanyama Bandos. Tayari aleria shani pan papa tinsende bwataira pano mfire nadia nganshiri rendine nsala tetinse mkubwataira pano. So you should have that attitude of trying, of helping. This is just a truth. It's a reality. Na alikuwa tabana esho na ukaninokia mujere na alikanokia mujere because na dingira mongana mujere ngabana bandinka badisha shani. Na alikuwa tabana abafire badya na alikuwa tabana abafire ba kuma skulu muno nchikala mfire na alipira renti. So there are those expenses, and when you talk about that, it's not that you have become selfish. It's not that you have become Shanina Wali. You want people to pay you so that you can talk. No, that is nonsense. That is that is misunderstanding a person deliberately. It's a reality. And thank God that you have a person that can speak truthfully. Inenshifo kumibepa yawe inenda shani ndameva vevishinka. And you should be able to help. Va PF at least ndemeve chishinka awe. Karaka 25 indeka misinga. No mbale kenya ama consequences ya ifyo. Ama consequences where a situation where you become desperate. Because when you become desperate, all want to survive. All of us, our first instinct is to survive. We have a point. No, hey, you are not principled. Whatever. All of us, now we know your first instinct is to survive. So in a situation where you are desperate, in a situation where you become desperate, what do you think I'm going to do? A day that, vacation disadirenga ndaino, vakampose panse, now wakashivandi bali kuno, na kia wandi ali kuno, ndi panse pa downstairs padia, na wako menganda, tayari tawa ingire, because taulipire renti. What do you think I'm going to do? Watumina phone vachite. No one is there to help you. palapeni Africa kana ulipanse muno muchalo chaveni. You are outside. You have been kicked out of your house. Imagine this situation. I want you to imagine this situation, how things happen. Ulipanse rent na bakoma ta ulipire nganda. Ulipanse na bakashibandi abasuma. No mwana wandi umusuma. Tunalanda na kisungu panse na bakome nganda. Pali ulipanse elo waisa umfonomba. Malukula kutumina phone iwe tayari na umfuati na wakukome nganda. Yao na wankome na uje kuti wakana kuyasuka phone first of all. Kutwa bata oni malukulo isha mwasuke. At that point, Malukula, you pick the call. Malukula, finish your FYI. You only go for a thing and they will never come in. You a person the phone to make a $10 Ulipirent Mweke Mungan. Do you think you could nakan? Let's just be realistic. We have a what we have a pa. It is at that point, no mangaku pelaka 10 pin. Ngaku pelaka $10 wasotinga karenti, shan. Vishekutu waisa pana waisa yasha makamera pa waisa bati yo malukula kutu wa yasha epala nombo waisa umfafe nomba yiro malukula I think malukula you see because of the circumstances nomba pakwati ukane ube strong, you must be supported well. Malukula tetisa nchite tempt ine ngachako watamoke, he will never tempt me. Chimono mwana kashi. Umwana kashi panganda. It doesn't matter who she is and whatever. Ngoli mwaume ufilo wa musunga. Nombo mkashuove. Na Afrika kana. Panganda tapadifia kude chavana shani. Elo kwa isa kapetare mfuaya. Kuya nangu ni ba junior lwa kusumina. Elo ba junior lwa wa mtumina phone. Umukashuove nangu abe shani. Pandi momo ina mi whatever they can imieve. Most of us we operate on survival. First of all is survival. So mukashuwe panganda na fibipe fintu baisa mtumina phone kuri junior lwa. Gelo ulishani. Kuya. If you want ma politics, so ama politics tufire ture sungana. And we have got different capacities. There are those our kweteko capacity. Balabambita kweta ma capacity. Fota tukweta capacity. Na nshikote capacity. Teti mibepe. And nshifisa no kufisa nshikote capacity. Ngandikuno kuna naikala chawa na wesi. Ngandiko Muzambia at least it's better. Kutu washisha kwa malata. Baku itako kulikana nke noka computer na kafofila fine. Wayawa alungisha koka computer. Wakwatako. It's different, but here it is very difficult. And this, I say this genuinely from the bottom of my heart. Not to say, yo, malukula kushte. No. That is not being so. That is not selling. It is expressing a genuine concern, a genuine need. And if you really want somebody to continue helping you, Muma politics yarikava efo yaba fear. You must be able to help that person. If you fail to help that person, the people that are helping you politically, because mwalikuwa tefifulo, out of our talking, you remain in positions, you remain in power. Na mulafola. You have a life. So you must help those that are not in positions so that you keep your power, you keep your jobs. Otherwise, ngatuambo kumingira monomba. Tayari tababuino. Tayari is not stable. Tayari whatever. Iwe. Ama politics te charity. Ama politics te charity. Lekeni miebe. Mwila iwe pa. Ama politics te charity. Erong nangunga mwaloresha ma politician. Tell me one politician to you politician you. Ala ipangire ndalama ni nani? Tell me. Ni nani? Tell me at you and ala ipangire ndalama. Yes, there are those who were doing business before, But ingo ingira ma politics. ila wako fefile safya funda ukafila wafe fimbi. And you start relying on politics. That's why you see people, even those that were in government before, they never stop ama politics. But that's the but because it becomes difficult. Even people, professionals such as lawyers, umuntu alini lawyer. Now company established company. The moment I ingira ma politics, it becomes very difficult for that person to come out of politics and go and continue being a lawyer. It becomes difficult. If we have ma politics, ukukonkanya pokutira ma politics filafine na muni to business to ma politics. Wayapo kakatenda pa because na wakuishiba. Eno mwira iwe a lot of you are making money out of UPND being in power. A lot of you are making money because UPND is in power. You know? And yet, mnefa mpili ukanomba, tayari tawa stable, tayari ni mushani na wadi. Na imwebe na nimweba mushani na wadi. Just that you are lucky, Haka Inde Ichlem has appointed you. But when Haka Inde Ichlem has appointed you, make sure that you look after others who will help you to keep power. Because if you don't help those people who will help you to keep power, mukafumamu power. And abantu nga bale chula, isile ngokwati abantu batambo kumilwa. Why people will start fighting you when you are in power? It is because bale chula. Nangufeine wile panondi, fishing kefindeni ever. You don't expect me at yonka lalumba keyo by UPND nde chula. Awe, it won't. Don't expect me that no kalapunda keyo waka inde ichilema. No. That is the fact. Hepala nomba kukosa nomba awe haka inde ichilema tapale forechita. Haka inde ichilema tapale forechita. Haka inde ichilema has failed. No, haka inde ichilema has not failed. The situation is just that you are not being sustained, you are not being helped, and you are getting help from somewhere. And you start talking. That's why you are even seeing. I mean, give a nani once hour. Even you know, those who are opposed to UPND. If those people, I mean, for example, Uyu at Shishua is a bitter person. Shishua is one of those people who is frustrated, who has not been taken care of. If Shishua was given a job, Shishua would have been vehemently supporting UPND, defending Haka Inde Ichilem. No manicho Shishua now, problem yakwe. It's not that Shishua was not looked after. Shishua was offered a job, but Alefu enchito imbi, Alefu aishagide. Kuichefya, Shishua. So you shouldn't blame UPND because UPND had a position for you, but you wanted another position. And Haka Inde Ichilem said, no, I'm not going to have it. But you are busy attacking UPND. Haka Inde Ichilem is tribal. Haka Inde Ichilem, whatever. He's frustrated. So some of these people, you should look at them from this perspective. He wouldn't be there. Even some of these people who have been appointed, if I told they were not appointed, you would have been seeing what they would have been saying. So, no, we all help each other. We help each other. You are in that position, you are getting paid. And you even get some of the advantages of being in government. Because some of us turavuka 02 tuambo kulanda. Tuambo kulanda kachira kaleva shota hadi apana vuka leva alevumba. Ndevumba. And once if you can lie, you can pretend. I don't rely on whatever. We know better ma politics for yava. We know better. So don't we have pangati yo chan ni momo animaliba. No, we know better. Na imwewe ne wala mitumina koka something. So no, me I can sustain myself. Me I can whatever. No. Do we know I'm a politics for yava? We know I'm a politics for yava. So but some of us we know how politics operate. We know. So, and this is how you look after people. And when you are looking after people, people see that you are looking after people. That is how you turn crowds into votes. More politics, like any mere, it is about looking after people. Hey, I tell you, Muma politics is about looking after people. Muma politics is about looking after people. If you don't have resources, don't waste your time. Don't waste your time. Hey, Tayali, but you don't even contest your elections. Hey, who is your SG? Who is whatever? Muma politics, you must look after people. You can't be a president with people surrounding you, Tabareria. You can't be. You can't be. If you are a president and you have got people surrounding you, it's not charity. It's not charity. They must eat somehow. Or at least they must have hope that my Rubakaria. If you have politics, that's why we fight. Politics, we don't fight. No, we just want to save. We just want to save. Why do we want power? We want power so that we can control the resources. And when we are controlling the resources, we take it, we benefit as well. Power is not about power for nothing. It's power to control the resources. That's why we go in politics. In politics is a warfare, is a power fair. To control resources. To control resources. That's why we fight. And all these people who are fighting, they are fighting so that they can control the resources of the country and benefit in turn. You can only be lucky if you elect a person like Hakainde Hichilema, who is there. Yes, he is also benefiting in some way, but at least let my country move forward. That is the only difference. All of us, we fight for power so that we can control the resources. We can control the resources. But the only difference is that some politicians, they go in to control the resources and they take a bigger chunk, forgetting the people that voted for them. That is the only difference. And in this instance, when let Hakainde Hichilema continue, it is because at least Hakainde Hichilema is thinking of the people. He's thinking of the people. He is pushing for the betterment of the lives of Zambians. That is the only difference. Because they will come and control the resources for themselves. That is the difference. Others, they will control the resources for the people. Others, they control resources for themselves. Eva PF. Avena PF, avena Malukula. Avena Malukula. Avena given Luwinda. They will control resources. They want to control resources for themselves. They want to control resources for themselves, not for the country. Not for the country. Not even if I'm done with red name. Niva socialist. Let's look at him as a businessman. Ishayoko. Nalafisha. But really, it is about controlling the resources. So controlling the resources, abantu ngabale kusupport tayari. Bafwile vadia. You must eat with people. If you don't have money, don't waste people's time. Don't waste people's time. Politics costs. Politics has a cost. Politics has a cost and a huge cost. If you don't have the resources, don't waste people's time. So tonight, in turning, because Nakulalanda Parifi, I'll be talking about, how to turn the crowds into votes. This is like a theme that I'll be running with until the elections. So every day I'll be talking about different aspects on how to turn votes how to turn crowds into votes. So number one, lelo, isambiro lya lelo, tonight's lesson, number one is be compassionate. Be compassionate. Don't talk about, don't celebrate the misery, the personal misery of a person, such as his health. No. Even umuntu otawate mwanganalwala, you should offer sympathy. Be compassionate. Number one, compassionate draws people to you. If people see you to say, no, he's a compassionate person. He's a good man. He is a good man. Ala muliamu voti, muliamu boothi mulia. Fiali pusana na kunse. Kuna kunse muntu kutalela ndawe. Therefore you. Shan. The very person that is talking from outside, ngaya ingira mbuthi, ni fimbi. Bala chinja. What makes people decide to vote for you? It is if they see you as a person, as a good person, as a good woman, as a good man. That is very, very important. People must see you as a good man. If you want to win people's hearts, show yourself as a good man. Show yourself as a good woman. How do you show yourself as a good man? Be compassionate. Show love to people. Show that want to show that you don't have hatred. Show that. You must not show it at Show, be compassionate. Number one. Number two, resources. I'm a politics, state charity. If you are going to engage people, don't think that because walanda na wo chapa bopele and it take over to you are buying people. No. It is not to say you are going everyone wants money. No. Sometimes people just appreciate to seeing you helping others. You helping others. You must show that you are ready to share. You are ready to share. You are ready to share. You must show that you are ready to share. This is where I'm going. This is my lessons for tonight. Be compassionate. Ichirilo shani, be there. Umuntu na alwala, be there. Call people, just greet them. Call people, just greet them. How are you? Be compassionate. Show that you are a people person and you are willing to share. Show that. If you are not able, if you don't have resources to share, come and sit with me here. Let us support others. If you don't have resources to share, come. Let us support others. And as we support others, eventually, Naifwe, we may have resources and be able to contest. Otherwise, you are wasting your time. You are wasting your time. You are wasting your time. Na chimona wananikale ati ine nilibe cho mipasa na mipwele sala chabe manja yanga ya mena nani pasa mulungu nizami sevenzera. You think that is a campaign message? You think that's a campaign message? Na mipwele sala manja yanga ya nizami sevenzera. Therefore, you must be practical. Look at the way Thomas Sipalo is doing. Thomas Sipalo, at my elections, Jam 2021, he performed very well, by the way. Very, very well. Thomas Sipalo. And ever since, Thomas Sipalo has not left Munali constituency. He's always in Munali. He's known. He goes round. But that is a story for another day. For tonight, be compassionate. Don't celebrate the misery of others. Don't see, be sympathetic, be compassionate, and show that you can share. Find a way to show that you can share. If you don't have what to share, don't waste your time to go into politics and thinking that people will vote for you. So I'm leaving it there for tonight. I'm opening phone lines. Remember, Show compassionate. Show compassionate. Or even your whatever candidate you mean. Be compassionate. You will draw people towards you. You will turn crowds into votes if you show compassionate. If you show that uli muntu, awe uja muntu. Awe uja muntu. Ngawatampo kulande if you want, awe uja muntu. Happy Mampa. What you are doing, that is good. That is good. People can physically see you in the constituency. People can physically see you. People can relate to you. Relation, association. It's another issue. Another issue. There are so many issues. Hey, Daddy, how can you talk about turning votes, turning crowds into votes? Yotawa imininapo. Tawa monapo ati, tawa ishwati was Mourinho was not a highly competitive player, and yet he became one of the best coaches in the history of football. I just don't have resources. I just don't have resources. That's why. Ngani ngwatama resources mdala kuti akapitamo. Even without resources, but when I contested, I pulled votes. I didn't have resources, much resources, but with the little that I had, I pulled votes. You need to be compassionate. You need to be compassionate. You need to show that you are willing to share. People love that. That is what will make people vote for you. Otherwise, Tamule Tuma. Oh, by the way, it's my phone. I follow you very well. I support the incumbent president. I have one concern which I would like to bring to your attention and try to speak on my behalf and many other voiceless civil servants. Allow me, Mr. President, to do so. Yapa a message yo. Yapa a message yo. What has the civil servants done? I know I'm a civil servant. From my understanding is that I'm a civil servant. Nakasara divani vavikira ko. Isn't that what is obtaining? Anyway, that is a story for another day. That is a story for another day. Tia naleni kaidi too many po landeni po 50 years Chilufya Tayali, you don't have resources. You don't have resources. I don't have. My politics take over to you. Ngawalisha abana chibwawe. Don't think that that's good enough for you to go into politics. Politics cost money, not novel. Politics cost. Ngole ngira ma politics, especially if you want to contest. Ufide na usungapo. Because even na nomination fees rupia. Na nomination is rupia. You need transport. People to move from one place to the other. Even when people are campaigning, at least buy them lunch. Even during the time of voting, you must be able to provide for those who are helping you. I want to be a politician. I grew up here in Kawata. Hey, vote for me. Who cares? You grew up in Kawata, but does that mean that now that's it? Hello?
So was Warisha Mkwawa president?
Yeah, I'm quite Murisha 9.
Mfeturi Februino. Awe na tumikonta neshomulela nda pire tukula sana hapa Kalamba. Loni mkwata ko mkwaika konseni ndefa njipusheko. M7 yomule umfwa president nali biladiena nali tusakamika magama kuma civil servants amani negotiation batampire mu November na nomba bachinja fye yo nomba next month yo nomba March no mona tusakama kuma civil servants tulepa muturandire ko bushenzi setika mkwaye batoleke chef bagateka twali batemusha sana so batu afwe ko baturunje ko ndarama bachinje ko condition na upgrade baturunje ko bachinje ko abantu pale bambo kuchita act umuntu for 5 years that act to am stop upgrade so tulepa batu afurishe ko mkwaye ma concern yesu ngama civil servants twatotera bakateka watu alibatemwa sana tuyapa karamba muri womenyi twe karamba sana mukonkanye po ba president we ba tayari twatotera sale mchingira kalesa ale bipara sana twatotera mkwai. Thank you.
Wait a minute before Tamlaya. So yelama negotiations because I heard you cover ba civil servants bale balundiro rupia ama negotiations tayarapwa ama possession ba president batambire mu November basha ndianda batampa within wiki baye manika again abapere mu January bari kwa jasa tampa 15 again bachinja again abatulompa mu March up to now there is nothing and ngafuma civil servants na tusakamana. I know we are worried so let the president act because wakateka ngachinja situation abo baturandira ko kushaka tushire so everyone president twapurisha niko bugwaye yo fyamfwika na totera sana fyamfwika and you know this is what I'm talking about. People must be able to benefit but civil servants they must be able to benefit. They must be able to feel that mungu take over UPND if into nafisashani nafibawa mina. That is the only way they will keep UPND in power. The moment people start feeling that means, I mean, they will change. They will change. Sharing, caring for people. So, Iridia Shiyama civil servants. Anyway, I will try to ask around. I'll try to ask around to hear what is the situation. But surely, you know, every year they must be able to increase. If intuna fia pamulu, although kakwacha kale chitawino pochwa mine, kakwacha kale chitawino. So at least that gives us hope. Hello?
Hello, yes, Mr. President.
Yes, my brother.
How are you?
Good.
Yeah. I hear you saying that you basically are not getting anything from the UPND and otherwise you don't mind basically being helped.
Yeah, of course.
However, I wanted to find out, are there 5 promises the UPND made you can point at and say that they have implemented and further helped the larger group of the people of Zambia?
Very good question. You are basically saying, I mean, UPND made promises. Are there promises that they made which they have fulfilled? I think that's your question, right?
Right.
Yeah, good. So, one of the things that President Hakainde Hichilema promised is to make sure that he controls the economy. Controlling the economy, what is that? What is that? What do we mean when we say controlling the economy? Controlling the economy is whereby the country has got a stable economy such that there is money coming in the country. Money coming in the country and going to the people. That is one of the things that President Hakainde Hichilema promised. Controlling the economy is making sure that there is money that is coming into the country and that money is being channeled to the people. Now, one of the problems that we had, number one, was the issue of debt. We had so much debt and the money that was coming in was going to servicing the debt. And unfortunately, even some of this money which was coming in was going in people's pockets. Kasakakandalama, if you remember. If you remember, some slave queens playing with money. If you remember, cadres playing with money. You see? So this was one of the biggest problems, and Hakainde Hichilema was using the word hemorrhaging. We were hemorrhaging. Our economy was hemorrhaging. Money was going to servicing debt. Part of the money was going in people's pockets. And when Hakainde Hichilema came in, one of the things that he started with is to say, can we make sure that we negotiate the debt so that when the money is coming in, we don't take all of it to servicing debt. And that is how the debt restructuring came about. And that one, using their language, if you like, it is a kwenyu. Okay? So they scored one promise. Hakainde Hichilema used to speak about the date. And since he came into power, he has managed to negotiate for that debt restructuring. Somebody will say, but how am I benefiting out of that? How are you benefiting out of that? How you are benefiting out of that is that now that we are not paying that debt, we are able to stabilize inflation, for example. Okay, we are able to stabilize inflation. What is inflation? Inflation is a situation.
Inflation has risen to an all-time high of 16% in Zambia.
Well, today it's at 15%. When UPND came into power, what was inflation?
And that's an all-time high.
What was the inflation when UPND came into power?
To my knowledge and my records, it should have been about 9%.
No. It was not a single digit when UPND came into power. I need to check that.
The highest that gone to under the PF, I think, was 12% at most.
I have to check the statistics on inflation because I haven't checked that for some time. But nonetheless, the point that I'm trying. But today it might be that owing to a number of factors. But I think the UPND has tried. The most part of UPND governance, the inflation has been quite low during the time of UPND. But of course, these are things that you must look at the statistics. But all in all, I know for sure that at least Hakainde Hichilema has managed to stabilize the economy by especially this issue of negotiating the debt. Inflation at 11.2. It was at 21%. Anyway, somebody saying it was at 21%. But I will not discuss that because I have to look at the figures myself. And I will come back on this subject. But I'm very sure that the economy at least has stabilized. Even the dollar. Look at the kwacha is performing very well.
The dollar also reached an all-time high. The dollar also reached an all-time high of 29.
My brother, what is the dollar today? What is the dollar today?
No, but obviously, Mr. Tayali, when you look at every government, in election year, every government, whether political or whether
okay, fine.
Every government has managed to reduce the dollar in election.
Okay,
tell me. Even when the PF say, yes, we left the dollar at 17, we know that those were not true figures.
My brother.
And you can say that about the government right now.
My brother, you are saying it reached 29. Yes, when did it reach 29 and for how long did it stay at 29? When?
It reached an all-time high. I can check here on... let me just do that.
Listen, my brother, listen. You are giving me a vibe that you are on the negative side because the dollar fluctuates. Sometimes it will go down, especially when we had that drought. We had a problem. So it is possible sometimes it will go up, but usually it comes. There is a stability, and surely there is a stability in terms of the exchange rate. there is stability, that is for sure. Yes, we may have instances here and there.
It has been constant, but I can also say that it has been constantly high.
No. Constantly high what? What is the average? Tell me what is the average. Tell me what is the average.
I can give you stats here to say that from about February 2024, the dollar was at 27.14, and then it had dropped towards the end of 2024 to about 25.46. That was around the average. So we can say the average was 25. And then from 2025, January, all the way up to about May 2025.
Okay, listen, my brother. Listen, my brother.
Yes,
you are basically catching me off guard, because those figures that you are talking about, I've not had a chance, to analyze them. Let me.
It's there on Google. You can just do Zambian kwacha to US dollar, and it brings you a timeline. You can choose 5 years, 1 month, 1 year, 1 month. You can find an average.
Listen, my brother. Listen, I am not saying I cannot do that, and I can assure you, I am quite good. I might even be far much better than you.
No, I know you're an IT guy.
I can do far much better than you in getting these figures. But you are cutting me off guard. Today I'm talking politics, and I'm talking about how to convert votes into how to convert crowds into votes. So those issues of what UPND has really done, I'll be able to talk about them in the program, and I can assure you I will come back with those figures, and you should send me a message, because the day I'll be talking about this house, I want to invite you specifically to say, Bwana, today I'm talking figures. Can you come and hear, so that we can engage better? I don't like to speculate. I want to speak with facts. And at the moment, I am very sure that from my perspective, generally speaking, that under UPND, the economy has at least stabilized. That is how we have even been able to stockpile our reserves. Our reserves today, they are standing at 5.2. which is, a record high. And then apart from that, Hakainde Hichilema has delivered in education. There is free education. And we are seeing the results. Look at how the children passed this time around. The people were saying, no, in schools, children, they are crowded, they won't be learning, they won't be quality education. But we are seeing that statistics are showing that our children are doing well in schools. Then there is CDF. CDF, I think, is another game changer. CDF is another game changer, where money is going into the community, and the people are making decisions on what they should implement in the communities. Then talk about the mining sector. The mining sector, the UPND, at least they are putting it on track. Sorry?
No, you can go ahead.
Yeah. They are putting...
I wanted to cut you short and say that I don't think CDF is actually being used the way it should be used, and I wouldn't say it's a game changer. I think the idea is there, but the implementation is not there.
Okay.
But I didn't want to cut you off.
Okay, so you are right. You are right that it has not reached its perfection. But I'm sure you and I can agree that it's a good policy, isn't it? Isn't CDF a good policy?
Right, no, definitely.
Yeah. So
no, definitely.
The implementation.
It's exactly my question. I said,
the implementation.
It's exactly my question. When I said what promises have been made and actually been implemented properly the way they should be, and how it has affected the people. That was my initial question. And
I'm sure you believe that I'm answering that. Am I not answering that? Am I not pointing to some of the things that UPND has achieved?
You're right. In theory.
No, not in theory. What is CDF is not theory.
I'm listening, sir.
Okay, but CDF is not theory. Free education is not theory. It's there. It's happening. feeding program is there. It's happening. What is that? Job for money for work, something like that. You know, in terms of social cash transfer, it is happening. So they have delivered. Of course, they have not delivered everything, you know, to the best, but at least we are in the right direction.
Mr. President.
Sorry. Hello. 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 Okay. Let me tell. I think that guy went. I don't want to look like I've cut him. Hello. I'm sure this guy is coming.
Hello?
To. Yes.
Bueno,
Bwanji.
Awo bueno. Awo mugira nchito kuri maningi mwe.
Zikomo.
Ningofuna kamba kuti pali nangana abantu bamene amakabati ati president sana sere ko kuti vonza abantu badadu sana maningi abantu awa. Because utukaye makambati ati kuri promission yamuna promise mtunzi twani yamuna na stop kuri doro 1. Dole the target to put out in the card from the target to fix the back. Because tikangana bulobu ina chabe mbamba sababu kustana nika bulobu ina tumo nani. Kulipo ungachora kitu kwaje funga kaplela hapo fix wewe na ilale kwa chabe. Kidogo mwamene mngabulo kitu kwaje. Hapo kama mnafanya zibamia na bula basa ile mimi anabunda nanga ina na fakira kwaje kwa. 300 mkopo kwaje. Jamani anafaka ija so paja mungu wa ndio labda pa kitu kwaje. Ili sababu ndio hiyo na pili bwana. Ndio ni fulo kwamba kuna pa namba ya pa namba ni hata wapa hivi. Isalama ija sisi sote funga je kuiru the problem that yani na kama plane. Va candidate wa promise na bwana faka yaja. Akili kuna problem sasa ndio akili friends wafaka pafuti na live. Ndio ngakambira yako chabe wantu so chabe what ndio nakataka ndio kamba sasa na ngutatu so nani ndio kwa zinataka kukana kama ndio kamba ti ile mkano botera mafama zida pasa nanga ni ndani bila pia ndani mafama so manje ndio kuganza che mpita be lakini sasa kutawama kujamani mafama zao wazangira unajua kila bwana mafama zao lakini ni kitu cha wana na mimi ndio kasi ya mafunika.
No.
Kama kuuza ni message ya kweli.
No, ziko mwana.
Ziko mwandi.
So the issue is that UPND and President Hakainde Hichilema in particular has really tried to put things in order. The challenge that is there at the moment is that some of the things that they are doing have not yet reached a fruition stage. Hello?
Hello.
Yes, good evening.
Evening, how are you?
Fine, thank you.
Okay, I just wish even organize ni okay. Mwameni muvutikira imwe watayari. Just to explain this area. Just a way you struggle to explain this area. This is I would have thought for you. Because because you try your best to explain at least maybe one conversation even all my means just understand to make conversation maona because my question mbandia ni avoti mabaguli ndio kuvuta but it tell you just to explain mbo kwa wamezesha watu wa muzi wa mami So, system chapafupi, So, even them open they should understand that you are struggling. Okay, they are failing, but you are explaining their failures so that maybe they don't understand what is happening, they can understand. So, if they are listening, as I'm saying, I think they have to consider you. They can consider you, but they have to consider you because of the way you are struggling. So it's not easy. It's not easy to explain someone's failure. It's not easy.
No,
to defend someone's failure. It's not easy.
Zikomo. Yeah, Niovuta. I think I lost you, but it was a very good discussion. I would like to speak to you further. Yeah, indeed. I will engage. I will come back with these figures. But generally, really, the UPND has done well, and I can assure you, if UPND had not won 2021, things would have been worse off. If UPND did not win 2021, things would have been worse off. Anyway, I think I'll leave it here for tonight. We'll come and engage. Today is Friday. I'm hoping to come back on Sunday. Thank you very much for watching. May God bless you. May God bless Zambia. Good night.